I'm still in euphoria, people. Somehow, some way, Liverpool won that game last night against PSG. It is the beauty of the Champions League. Sometimes football is cruel, and the football gods were cruel on PSG yesterday. Welcome to the UCL recap of the round of 16 first legs. Obviously, we saw Real Madrid take advantage to the Metropolitano. We saw Arsenal colonize and destroy PSV 7-1. We saw a resilient Barcelona performance. And Wojciech Szczesny, take a bow. We're going to talk about all the 8 games here on today's stream. So if you're watching a replay, let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. What was the most impressive performance from you? Either it can be a player, it can be a team, it can be anything. It can be the kit man, it can be the water boy, whatever. Who was the most impressive for you? Remember to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel if you're new around here for more UCL content. And of course, we should be hitting immediately 20 likes while we are live, and hopefully we get to 100 likes after the recording. Big up to everybody in the chat immediately. Big up to Yarko. PSG got cooked. We're going to talk about that game. And big up to Jeff. Daddy Michael is live. Yes, your daddy is live, Jeff. And Jeff also, Club America lost to Chivas. I saw that, Jeff. I saw that. You can get away with the Arsenal performance, but I did see Club America lose to Chivas over the night. So everybody, get your thoughts in the comments down below as we go through every single game. At least we got 8 games. It's not the marathon streams that we did during the league phase or where there was 18 games. At least we got 8 games now. We can have a chill vibe, get a coffee, get a orange juice, whatever drink or beverage or food you want to enjoy, and let's just deep dive into all the games. We have 2 games lower. Don't worry. All right? Jeff, don't bottle it. Don't bottle it, Jeff. I will be here for that. All right, here we go. Big up to Melusi as well in the house. Club Brugge lose 3-1 at home to Aston Villa. Now, if you didn't watch this game, you look at the scoreline, you're saying, Villa, comfortable performance. They got the victory away from home. Unai Emery is going to be very happy. And yeah, he should be happy because his team didn't play well. You watch this game, Club Brugge had enough opportunities to win this game. If Van Aken puts that header away in the second half before the just meltdown of Club Brugge, this could have been a Club Brugge win. And then people would have given them more plaudits. But they self-implosion by Club Brugge in this game. First, the own goal for Michele, then the penalty, and Asensio once again scores. What is that now? His 5th goal for Villa since joining them in the January transfer window. Those are those opportunistic signings that Villa saw with the Rashford, with the Asensio, and said, hey, we're still in the cup competitions, and we want to make a deep run in the Champions League and the FA Cup. And Villa did it. Now, did they play well? No, but it doesn't really matter, especially in the Champions League. You just got to get the result and move on. I do have a little bit of sympathy for Club Brugge because I thought they played well. Like, they controlled the game. They were finding those pockets of space. Van Aken was absolutely brilliant on the day. That little touch pass he made to Jolis when it was still 1-1. Jolis, you have to put that on target. But you got to give credit to Villa. For a lot of these players, they haven't had these Champions League experiences. I'm thinking of like the Ollie Watkins, the Morgan Rogers, Dibu Martinez. Obviously, Dibu has played at a World Cup, but, they don't feel this pressure of the Champions League. Well, they did get under the cosh a little bit, and they had to be a little bit lucky, but heck, Villa just overcome the odds and win the game. Leon Bailey, by the way, scored a ridiculous goal. That little half-volley goal that Leon Bailey scored, phenomenal, because that could have easily gone back to Kingston or wherever Leon Bailey's from in Jamaica. That could have easily gone to Kingston. Nice little touch. Boom. That's the sort of volley you want to see in the top echelons of football. And yeah, Villa get the victory. It wasn't tough. It was a tough day at the office. Now, I want to know your thoughts in the chat, people, if you're watching live. Do you think Club Brugge can overcome it and get back into this tie? Put a 1 if you think Club Brugge can do the comeback, or do you think 2, it's over? Villa got this at home. It's Villa Park, but Club Brugge did show a way to Atalanta. Yes, thank you for reminding me. What if they do this again? What if they have a similar comeback performance like they did against Atalanta? Remember, first half Atalanta were getting crucified and getting destroyed, recolonized. It was 3-0 at halftime for Club Brugge. So I don't think this is really over. The scoreline might say it's over. I don't think it's over because Villa's defense is still vulnerable. Now, good thing from Emery is he played Konza at right back. That's the good thing to do because he adds a little bit more defensive solidity, even though I think, no, Disasi was playing more at right back. Yeah, Disasi just was getting cooked. He did not look comfortable in that position. So if I'm Club Brugge, obviously Villa, they can play on the counter-attack. Rashford and Watkins were really quiet in this game. I think it's going to suit more to the Villa players. But I will not rule out Club Brugge just yet. If Villa get the first goal, yeah, it's wrap. Done, dusted. You can just pack your bags. It's been a nice ride. But Villa got to improve. Because I look at their team, and they have not been playing well recently. They've not been playing well recently. But yeah, let me know your thoughts, people. If you're a Villa fan, are you happy? I don't think you would be happy with the performance, but you're just happy with the result. At the end of the day, this is the Champions League. Nobody's going to remember how you beat Club Brugge 3-1 away from home. You're not going to remember that. You're just going to remember we got that victory, and it was sort of a starting point of our UCL campaign in the knockout stages. And yeah, Unai Emery, man, in European football, cannot deny the guy. Big up Zayn, how you doing? Thought Bailey was finished. Thought so too, man. This season, he's not been good, but that goal was unreal. Unreal goal from Leon Bailey. Villa was not convincing. I agree, Semilon. I agree. I don't think Villa was convincing at all, but a lot of teams this week, and we're going to talk about a lot of teams this week, they were not convincing. Was Liverpool convincing? No. You could say Barcelona, were they convincing? Yeah, you could say somewhat convincing. So a lot of these teams were not convincing. Were Real Madrid convincing in the 2022 Champions League run? No, they weren't. And what did they do? They won the Champions League. So it's not about being convincing. It's about getting the result and pouncing on the mistakes that Club Brugge made. And Club Brugge, own goal and a stupid penalty, and you get found out. Like, Jolis, you don't need to make that tackle in the box. Why are you making that tackle in the box? It's just stupidity from Club Brugge, but I think they can still do it. I don't know why. I have a feeling, Villa with Emery is something different. They will be tough to face in the next round. Want to back Club Brugge, but Villa Park, man, yeah, that's the thing. Villa Park is just tough, especially we're going to see in European nights. I feel like that crowd is going to be up for it. They haven't seen knockout stage football at Villa Park for what, 40 years? Something crazy like that. So I can imagine Villa Park is going to be rocking. But Club Brugge have went away to the San Siro. They've went away to Atalanta and have performed well. Remember, they were 1-0 up against Man City. So they got a chance, though. They got a chance. This game is similar to all the games we lost. The Milan game was the red card. City with the own goal by Ordonez. Dortmund game where Gittins came on and changed the game. Yep, I fully agree. I think Club Brugge had just had these moments where they're in the game, they're controlling the matchup, and then it's just costly mistakes. And once they make that costly mistake, it seems like all of the momentum just leaves them. It's all the powers out of the Club Brugge players just goes away. And I think that happened against Villa because they had this game. Like, if Jolis just converts that chance or Van Aken, even though I think Mings I don't know if Mings really blocked it or if it just took a slight deflection off him. So it was a great block. Villa's defense is cheeks, mainly when compared to last year. Yeah, last year Villa's defense was rock solid. This year, especially in the year 2025, it hasn't looked good. Big up, Ori. How you doing? I think more goals are going to be scored, 100%. Big up. I'm not going to say that name, but big up to you, bro. Yeah, that would be a good game. Getting a result with a shaky defense is hard, man. Yep, agreed. Big up to Donna. Wagwan. Thank you very much. My mom said the same thing. Brugge will struggle because of fans' atmosphere, and it's Birmingham. The thing is, Flick doesn't lose patience. Yeah, we'll talk about that game very soon. At least you're an executive. So we'll move on to the next game, people. Dortmund won and Lille won. Remember to hit the like button if you haven't done so already. Game of two halves. Dortmund absolutely in control. And I thought to myself, okay, this is a Borussia Dortmund I can get behind. Defensively solid, looking good going forward with the likes of Adeyemi, Guirassy, Gittins. Since Niko Kovac has come into the role, I feel like Gittins' performances have somewhat deteriorated. I'm not liking the way he's playing. I do think he's a good player, Gittins, but his performances have not been there. But Adeyemi's goal, please, people, go watch it. You have to go watch. Like, the connection he gets, and I hate when people say, oh, where's the ballers? Where's the quality of players from like 20 years ago? Just watch that goal, people. That is a sensational half volley. Same thing, not similar to Leon Bailey, because I think Adeyemi's was much better, but just the connection he got was ridiculous from Adeyemi. And Guirassy had a really good opportunity from a wonderful Gittins run, and then he plays him into Guirassy. Guirassy should have went across the goalkeeper. I don't know why he wanted to go near post. Then I don't know what happened. I don't know what Niko Kovac told the players or if it's just the crowd or what. That second half, Dortmund just sat back. They just said, here, Leo, have the ball, and you guys create all the chances. If Dortmund just played the way they did in the first half to the second half, I'm sorry, Dortmund would have won this game 2-3-0, and they would have been comfortable. But they just allowed Leo to enter back into this game, and it wasn't good enough from Dortmund's perspective. Now, credit to Leo and Haraldson. This guy, I mean, how Iceland produced these ballers, I have no clue. They produce crazy guys who can lift 300 kg with a deadlift and squat 600 kg, and then they produce ballers like this? How? It must be that volcanic water, because Haraldson has come up clutch. He had a really good game at Anfield, and I thought he was really good in the second half. And then you just saw Leo with Jonathan David. If Jonathan David played that one little pass, I think it was to either Haraldson or I can't remember which player exactly it was, but David made a really good run inside the Dortmund box, and if he just laid it off, it would have been much better. But yeah, Haraldson's just a baller. That finish he had was delightful from a Jonathan David assist as well. After that, you could have had some disputes about penalties. You know, Leo asking for a penalty handball and a push from Emre Can. I think the handball would have been a little bit harsh. The push, I can see it maybe being a penalty. I don't think they're going to call it, though, in the Champions League this season. But if you're a Leo fan, and hey, shout out to, we got a Leo fan here. Shout out to, as a Leo fan, I have to be honest, Dortmund is probably the weakest side we face, including Fenerbahce and Slavia Praha in the playoffs. Damn. That's not good words for Dortmund. But you have to be honest, if you're a Leo fan, that first half, Leo were getting dominated. And they were not in this matchup. Dortmund just allowed once Leo scored the goal, and then Dortmund were like, oh yeah, crap, we can play football, guys. We can play football. I don't really understand it from Dortmund's perspective. Now it makes it so fascinating to see what happens in that second leg. I don't think Leo had beaten Real Madrid. They obviously destroyed Feyenoord. They beat Sturm Graz. And I can't remember the fourth team they played at home. But Lille have been a pretty good home team in Europe. They're going to have to keep that momentum. I remember last year they lost to Aston Villa in the Conference League. But Lille just keep on doing this. Like the ballers they have, the Jonathan David to Haraldson. I really like this team. But they have to put up a better performance in the first half. I think they will, because they will have the home crowd. And if you're Borussia Dortmund, I think this is a massively missed opportunity, because they could have won this game 3-0. They could have won this game 3-0. So who do you think is going to advance, people? Put a 1 if you think it's Dortmund. Put a 2 if you think it's Lille. This is definitely the tie where if you're just a neutral and you just want to enjoy a good footballing game, I think this is the game to watch in the next week, midweek. I think this is going to be fascinating to see how Dortmund really approach it. Are they just going to be more of a sit back and counter-attacking team, let Lille dictate the match? Or I think Dortmund just play better when they're on the ascendancy and they're on the front foot of the opponents. I think it just suits this team. It suits the players like Guirassy, to Adeyemi, but there has to be a number 10 better than Julian Brandt. Julian Brandt, not his greatest game. I don't know. Is Carney Chukwuemeka? Yeah, I think Carney Chukwuemeka, is he... I don't think he's registered. He had a thigh injury. Okay, so he couldn't play. I think Carney would have been a good option, because they're just kind of missing that creative spark in the number 10 role, or Dortmund. Julian Brandt, I think, is a good player, but they just need that creative spark in the number 10 role. They didn't have it in this game, and yeah, I think Dortmund missed the opportunity. Lille, they should be happy. They really should be happy. Yeah, I thought Dortmund was defending very well until that David pass just split them open for middle for the goal. Yeah. Possibly, yeah. You could say they were defending well, but I thought Jonathan David got very easily into the Dortmund box a couple of times, a couple of times at least. I think Lille can surprise everyone and advance on home, so I would agree. I think Dortmund is in trouble. Lille will get them at home. I just hope Adeyemi should go to a world-class club like Barcelona to save his career. I didn't watch the game, I'll be honest here, and I call myself guilty of thinking this was going to be a stinkfest based on the performances on the league phase. Thought Lille would win this. They could have attacked the game. Adeyemi's goal reminded me of that Thiago strike versus Porto. Those strikes are a better version of yard streamers. No, that was a ridiculous goal from Adeyemi. Michael, sometimes I get lost in your dreamy eyes and just pause the stream to take but not forced tone of your voice, the eloquence of how you speak. Wow. Guys, I guess I'm the Sir David Attenborough of football. Is my name now Sir David Michael? Guys, should I go with that? Should that be my new title on my YouTube page, Sir David Michael? Because thank you very much for the kind words. Of your insights are low-key kind of tough. type shit. The beard like it is shaved to perfection and perfectly accents the subtle curve of your jaw. Wow, man, you guys are horny mofos today. I gotta say that, horny mofos today. I think people should chill on the Salas. Yeah, we'll talk about that. I don't understand how this Lille side is fifth in Ligue 1. I don't watch Ligue 1, but they smoked both Madrid sides and Feyenoord, my favorite team, 6-1, and got top 8 in the UCL, yet fifth in Ligue 1. Well, I think that just shows you that Ligue 1 is a pretty tough league. It's a pretty tough league. Let's be honest here. This week could be summarized as UCL heritage. Dortmund didn't use the UCL heritage enough to get a winner in that time. They dominated. Yeah, they dominated the first half, but the second half, not so much. Lille going through since at home. Big up, Mo. How are you doing? I hope we pass so Zhirgova can come back for the quarterfinals. Zhirgova is a big miss. That sort of combination of Zhirgova and Jonathan David, it's money. It's absolute money. It is peanut butter and jelly. That now it's just jelly with Jonathan David. Now we need to get the peanut butter with Zhirgova. By the way, guys, if you just want to see those two like connect for a beautiful goal, it's that goal they scored against Juventus at home, Lille. Oh yeah, that was the game. They drew. So Lille actually have a really good home record. Yeah, Dortmund might be in trouble here. I don't want to say that because I still think that Dortmund have the experience in Europe to go away from home and get a result. I honestly think this might go to penalties. I think both teams are very evenly matched, but Lille are a strong team. They might not have the players. You look like Thomas Munir. How old is the dude? Former Dortmund player, former PSG player. You're like, Thomas Munir, what is he going to do? Well, he can ball out still. So Lille have a great combination of the young stars mixed with the experience, and maybe that will help them at home. And while Dortmund, they got to now hope that Girassi steps up big time. And also Gittins. Gittins really got to have a good game away from home. Peanut butter jelly time. You know what next? You know what's next, Kapir? Destruction, colonization, obliteration, annihilation. (7-1) in a UCL round of 16. Has that ever happened, people? 7-1. PSV are horrendous. Not overall this season, but let's look at their record in the past couple of games, people. Let's look at PSV's record, because I've been keeping up. You have to do me like that. Hey, Copper, man. Your team did this to you. Let's just look at PSV's record recently. Okay? Since February 2nd, when they beat Feyenoord in the Dutch Cup. I can't remember what the cup's name is. They drew 1-1 with Willem. They lost Juventus 2-1 away. They drew 2-2 at home against Utrecht. They had that crazy game against Juventus 3-1. They lost to go-ahead Eagles twice in 1 week. Bear in mind, I had to look up this stat. Go-ahead Eagles have not beaten PSV in 40 years. 40 years. And then they go up against Arsenal. Perisic just talking before the game. Yeah, we got the experience in Europe. Arsenal, they don't look strong going forward. And Arsenal said, here is a touchdown. I mean, what? Like, Peter Bosz is getting so exposed. Yeah, you can talk about Malik Tillman and Serginho Dest and Ricardo Pepi being out. Why don't you, PSV fans, call out Peter Bosz for these suicidal tactics? Why are you allowing Ødegaard all the time and space in the world? You don't allow a player like that, no matter how out of form he might be, because people want to criticize Ødegaard so much. You don't allow the dude time and space on the ball or Declan Rice, because these top quality players will punish you. I don't know what happened to Juventus that day. I think it's just and not having really that UCL experience, and it got to him, and PSV took advantage of it. But PSV, that was, don't worry, we'll get to praising Arsenal. Don't worry, people. I think it's rightfully that we criticize, and I mean heavily criticize PSV, but also heap praise on Arsenal. Peter Bosz, there comes in a time where you have to now get some defensive plan. Why are you allowing your team in one-on-one isolation? Because La Decima, this guy can't defend in one-on-one situations. Look at the third goal for Arsenal. PSV have a couple of opportunities to clear the ball away. Flamingo, I mean, the dude is just doing like a practice. You know, if you guys have played golf, you do a practice shot before you actually take the shot. Why? What? Like, what? Flamingo, clear your lines. Then it's just a tap in for Merino. Arsenal had 6 different goal scorers without a striker, without Saka. Are you kidding me? And you allowed them to score 7 goals. Timber, back post, good header. Former Ajax guy, he must have loved scoring that. Ethan Nwaneri, great run, near post, fantastic. Absolutely fantastic goal from Ethan Nwaneri. The Marino goal, that's just terrible defending from PSV. The Erdogan's first goal, I don't know what they're doing. I mean, the goalkeeper, horrendous. Again, Trossard, it's just so simple. Like Trossard, 1-2 combination with Calafiori. It's just simple football. Like Arsenal didn't have to play amazing, spectacular, oh my God, Jogo Bonito football. They just kept it simple. And they knew this PSV team are reeling. They're so just down in the mud, confidence level. They don't know how to defend. Every team is scoring goals against them. The Utrecht, the go-ahead Eagles, Juventus, Arsenal for 7. So Arteta must have told his players, take these guys to the cleaners. Take them to the cleaners. We'll put them in the dryer. We'll put them in the washer. We'll take them out, and then we'll put them in the dryer and absolutely annihilate them. This tie, well, it's definitely over. But this is a huge indictment on PSV and where they're at in 2025. I think I must have read this, and obviously Eredivisie fans can let me know. They have collected either the 14th or 13th most points in the Eredivisie in 2025. 13th or 14th most. Peter Bosz is getting exposed. He had a great season last year, right? PSV were unbelievable last year. I thought they were going to go unbeaten, and I can't remember who they lost to. I think it was Heerenveen or some team. I thought they were going to go unbeaten. Great season from Peter Bosz. But you look at his track record, it ain't great. It ain't great. So, yeah, look, for PSV, they're out of the cup. They're not winning Eredivisie because they bottled it to Ajax, and somehow they're going to allow Farioli in his first season to win the Eredivisie, and they're out of the Champions League in the most humiliating fashion ever. It's such poor form from PSV. And I don't even look at the players because I like the goose deal. This game could have completely been different if Saibari put in that chance. Saibari, that's like a 0.6778, 9, 10, 11, 12 XG. Put your chance away. Again, I don't know who got the rebound for it. So PSV had their opportunities to get back into this match or take the lead. They didn't. And then it's just like, once they concede 1 goal or 2 goals, it's like the floodgates open and Arsenal took advantage of it. So, but kudos to Arsenal. Without no Saka, no Havertz, no Jesus, no Martinelli, the fact that they scored 7 goals, you cannot, nobody, and I mean no Arsenal fan, no football fan would have even predicted you could have said maybe 3 goals for Arsenal because PSV's defense is terrible. Not more than 4 goals. I'm sorry, not more than 4 goals. So kudos to Arsenal for just putting up a spectacular performance. Defensively, they did give up chances, but I think PSV is just such an attacking-minded team that they will allow the chances. Arsenal, can they go far in this UCL? I mean, all season I said, yeah, Arsenal can make it to the semifinal. And I did predict Arsenal to advance out of this tie because I have no trust in PSV, but I didn't think it was going to be this of a dominating fashion. And this is great for Arsenal. Confidence booster. They didn't use the confidence of a performance like they did against Manchester City where they were won 5-1. Okay? Now you win 7-1 against PSV. Take advantage of it. Build upon it. You got Man United away. With how bad Manchester United are, Arsenal should be winning that game 4-1. If you just scored 7 against PSV, you should be scoring 4 past this Manchester United team. So now it's about Arsenal. Galvanize and take advantage of it. Really, this is now a great opportunity. Do I think Arsenal can win the UCL? No. But if Arsenal can make it to the quarters and maybe get a Saka back or Martinelli, they can be dangerous because I think defensively they are a very solid team. By the way, Malu Skelly, he got away with one. That should have been a second yellow and sending off. Now, if he got sent off, maybe this game could have been 3-2 or 3-1. I think it was 3-1 at the time or 3-0. He should have been sent off because that's a second yellow card. But overall, it is wonderful to see players like Ethan Nwaneri just ball out. I just love seeing these sort of kids who, I don't care about tactics. Let me just ball out. And Ethan Nwaneri, how many goals does he have this season, people? Like 10, 11 goals for a 17-year-old? Insanity. So, yeah. Overall, PSV just absolutely horrific. A horrific performance, and Arsenal took advantage of it. No doubt about it. I hate Arsenal, but at the same time, fair play. Unbelievable performance. Well, we all know what happened there. Arsenal get results when there are less at stakes. Possibly. Yeah, I have no clue. Does Arteta watch Deadpool? That performance after saying he might be the hot seat is suspicious. It is a little bit suspicious, Aisha. It is a little bit suspicious. Maybe Arteta is watching Deadball TV. If you don't know, people, me and Jack from Deadball TV, we collabed to make a Champions League video. And we did both agree that if Arteta loses this game against PSV or this tie, he would be on the hot seat. Well, He won 7-1. So I guess the hot seat ain't happening. As a Feyenoord fan, PSV have lost hope in all 3 trophies in 1 week thanks to Go Ahead Eagles and Arsenal. Feyenoord was 14 points behind, but I think we can get second place. Yeah, they're capitulating big time. What do you think caused PSV's downfall in the league? I think it's just tactically they're stupid. Honestly, they're stupid. They have no defensive idea, right? They are leaving themselves so exposed, and their fullbacks cannot defend in one-on-one situations. Look at the goals that Go Ahead Eagles score. All it is my Finnish guy, Oliver Ottman, running in behind, goal. Look at Arsenal's goals. All it is just runs in behind. So clearly, it's Peter Bosz not having a tactical idea on how to set up his team defensively. They don't. I actually thought they defended pretty well against Juventus away. I don't know what happened to there. We had a 7-point lead over Ajax, and we've just thrown away 15 points in our last 7 league games. I want Bosz to get sacked. Our players look so lost under him. Total opposite of last season, 100%. It's been a while, bro. It's been a while. Mark my words, Michael. Arsenal will have a stink fest in the quarterfinals, regardless of which Madrid team they get. I will not heap praise on these guys when they are so irregular. So you're calling Arsenal a bipolar team as well. Just to show Americans was carrying this team. Yeah, it does. It's more of an indictment on fucking Juventus. Oh, sorry for swearing, but Juve, bro, you guys in the mud. Can't believe Juve bottled that game against PSV. They look scared in that game. If you look at the track record of Peter Bosz, every time he loses 1 or 2 games in a row, he starts losing grip on the players in the league. Happened at BFB, by Leverkusen and Lyon. Yeah, I don't care. I don't care what anybody says. Peter Bosz had a great season last year. But now we're seeing the true Peter Bosz. He took off the Spider-Man mask and said, oh, here I am. Guys, poor PSV fans got to feel it right now. It felt like Arsenal were on the training ground because it was too easy. It was way too easy for them. Had the most points ever in the Eredivisie season. How do you go from having the most points in the Eredivisie season to this capitulation in just a matter of a couple weeks? How? It doesn't make any sense. Now, I think some people are overreacting. Look, I'm not even going to get into that, Ian. I'm not even going to get into that. Really got a 2.10 out of... Yeah, he was... No, Patricio, look at the 4th goal for Arsenal. Actually, look at the 5th goal also, or 6th goal for Arsenal with Ødegaard sharked. I mean, it's terrible goalkeeper from Benitez. Here on FlashScore, he's got a 4.8 rating. Bro, all the defenders are in the red. All of them. Atletico Arsenal will be amazing. Simeone will take a 1-0 and park the bus. Hey, bro, I will be there for that. Remember, everybody hit the like button. We got 56 people watching. We only got 33 likes. You guys are performing like Peter Bosz with the tactics. Come on, bro. Hit the like button. Subscribe to the channel if you're new around here, as we're going to now move on to the Madrid derby. Maybe not the most spectacular of games. If you want to say like, oh, yeah, both teams were really playing good football. Look at the amount of chances they created. But if you just want to talk about individual brilliance, this game right here epitomizes individual brilliance. And everybody that says football is dead, just watch this game. Because we saw 3 spectacular goals. I mean, spectacular goals. Look, Fede Valverde, people, put a 1 if you agree. Do you think Fede Valverde is world class? Put a 1 if you agree, put a 2 if you disagree. Fede Valverde is a machine. I don't know what he drank as a kid in Uruguay, in the streets of Uruguay. It must have not been just mate. There must have been something in the mate. Dude, this guy is a machine. And I keep repeating this I think I've said this so many times this season about Real Madrid. Fede Valverde is the engine. Yes, Jude Bellingham is a very good player, and I think he's also world-class. Without Valverde, this team don't look the same. They don't look the same. And the dude has to play right back. Where is Fede Valverde? If he just played right back, right? He could be having like a Philip Lahm, DM, and a right back. He could be like that. If Fede Valverde was just playing right back, he would be top 3 in the world. Easily top 3. Defensive work rate. Reading of the game really well. Passing ability is good. Look at that pass he played into Rodrigo. Now, granted, the defending from Galan is stupid because I don't know why Galan is pushing so far out wide, basically to the touchline. Just keep in your shape. You're 5 minutes into the game. You're out of shape already. Galan, who was terrible against Barcelona, I think Galan actually recovered well after conceding the goal. But yeah, you cannot be making that sort of mistake in first 5 minutes, especially against a player like Rodrigo. He might not perform every week in La Liga. Rodrigo is a Champions League player. The dude always shows up in the Champions League. I don't know what it is, but Rodrigo, love the player. I think he's so like, not maybe, I mean, you could say vital. You could probably say vital for Real Madrid, but just comes up with these moments of just individual brilliance. I remember last season was against Manchester City. Again, Rodrigo just showing up. So he had a really good game, I thought, Rodrigo. And they're building a good connection down that right side with Rodrigo and Valverde. They're finding a good connection. Remember the Man City game? Same thing. But then after the goal, it's like, okay, calma, tranquilo todo. Atleti then controlled the game. Did they create a lot of good chances? Not really. I don't think Atleti were like peppering Courtois, but it's just a matter of when you got the individual players like a Julian Alvarez, La Araña, that Julian goal was absolutely stupid. Stupid. The fact that he curved it and you beat Courtois. This is not Benitez. This is not. I'm not going to do Loris Karius. If that was Loris Karius in goal, Karius would not even dive. Courtois, full extension of the body like he's in a yoga class, and he still couldn't get it because the shot was 99.9% so perfect. I mean, pure perfection of a goal from Julian to get his team back into the game. And the first half, I would say, was pretty even. And if you actually look at the stats, people, Atleti had more possession. When have you ever seen, I did this in my match reaction earlier this week, when have you ever seen Atleti have more possession than Real Madrid or Barcelona away from home? I have never seen that. I don't know why Carlo kind of just sat back and just said to his team, all right, let's just play on the counterattack. I think Real Madrid should just went full-on press. Now, this team can't really press because Vini, Mbappe, I don't know what it is off the ball, but they just don't work hard enough. Maybe it's just like Carlo has to instruct more pressing schemes and pressing. Okay, if Jimenez receives the ball, then we all press. Or if Oblak receives the ball, then we all press. But the space that Rodrigo de Paul was finding to Barrios, even Griezmann had a bad game. Griezmann did not have a good game, and yet Atleti are still in this tie. And then the goal from Brahim Diaz was spectacular. Spectacular goal from Brahim Diaz, although I would really say that Jimenez, you got to be doing better defensively. Brahim Diaz saw Jimenez, said, sit down, drink your mate, and watch me score this golazo. Even Simeone, Giuliano Simeone, he should have been better there. He should have pressed immediately onto Brahim Diaz. They didn't. They said, oh, this guy has too much aura. Let him score the goal. Great goal from Brahim. After that, Real Madrid, did they really create any opportunities? No, but there's just that one opportunity late on where Mbappe can square to Vini. It's a tap-in, 3-1, and then you can feel a little bit more confident about Real Madrid. Poor pass from Mbappe, and if it finishes 2-1. I think actually Atleti are really going to be happy about this. I think Atleti have a really good chance of going through. Now, it is Real Madrid in the Champions League. So you never, like, even when they're under the cosh, Real Madrid, they just find a way to go advance to the next round. The same thing against Manchester City last season in the UCL. They were really under the cosh. Lunin had to make some incredible saves, and then they went through on penalties. I feel like it's going to be a similar case here. That second leg, who do you think is going through, people? Right now, I think it's 50-50. Even though Real Madrid got the 1-goal lead, I think it's 50-50 because Atleti are going to come with so much fury immediately off the kickoff to get that early goal, and then boom, just relax it. So put a 1 if you think Real Madrid is going to advance, and put a 2 if you think Atleti is going to advance. I think this is going to be I think we're in store for an epic night at the Metropolitano. I think it's going to be an epic night. I don't know why. I just have this feeling like, okay, Griezmann is going to show up. Maybe Julian will have another big game moment. Maybe Mbappe and Vini, who are really both quite quiet in the matchup, are going to step up. I think it's just going to be fascinating. Can Simeone finally beat Real Madrid in the Champions League? Would be a big I think if Atleti advance past Real Madrid, I think Atleti can win the Champions League. I think so, people. So this is such a big game because if Real Madrid lose it, what does that mean then for Carlo? Would Carlo then have to walk, or is Papa Perez going to say, yeah, bye-bye? There's so many elements of this game. If the team wins or lose, that, oh man, it is going to be an epic night at the Metropolitano next week on Wednesday. Maybe we might have to do a watch along. Although, yeah, we might have to do a watch along because the Arsenal game is pretty much done, and then there's only what's the other game? Dortmund Leo's the early kickoff, so we'll be doing a watch along for that matchup. Yeah, we might have to do a watch along. And also, you have to think about Sorloth coming off the bench, Correa coming off the bench. Maybe Endrick could have a big moment in his Real Madrid career. I don't know, people. I have no clue who's going to advance. I'm going to be honest. I really have no clue who's going to advance. Best all-rounder in the world, Fede Valverde. Fede Valverde was absolutely brilliant. Bro, he is so good. That one clearance he made when Samuel Lino was open at the back post to tap it in, Valverde is a machine, bro. Absolute machine. I'll take that dumb man. That last chance in the 90th minute could have sealed the tie, but Mbappe messed up that pass. At least we got Jude coming back in the second leg. Yep. We'll talk about Kane. He's suspended. So he'll be back for it. Julian Alvarez is cooking. It's a good thing he left Man City because now he can unleash his full potential and talent. Yep, that's what I said in my video about Julian. Remember, guys, go check that out on the channel. Atleti controlled large parts of the game. Real Madrid this season are Moments FC. Yeah, look, I think this Real Madrid team are very vulnerable still. I think they're really vulnerable, but you can never just say, Real Madrid, they might be vulnerable, but they'll lose the tie at the Metropolitano. It's Real Madrid, people. They will find a way. I just know it. As much as we can say that Atleti are the home team, there's just something about this Real Madrid side. I think Atleti can go through, not because of Alvarez, but because that second Madrid goal came against the phase of play. Simeone had gotten everything right. That goal made him cut his losses. Both goals, that's not on Simeone. That's on the defenders. Like, there's just poor defending from Lenglet. By the way, Lenormand has to start. I'm tired of this. Lenormand, no big game. Start the guy. He's your best defender. He's so good on the ball. Start Lenormand. It's that simple. Yeah, next game is going to go crazy. Agree. We'll see, Patricio. I think we're going to tie in the Wanda. Could be, man. It could be like a wild, 2-2, 3-3 game. It definitely could be. I requested a day off of the Madrid derby. Hope I don't get disappointed. Oh, Patricio. You know, Patricio, it could be a situation like this. You're off. You're enjoying your day off. Wait, where is it? There we go.
Boy, that escalated quickly. I mean, that really got out of hand fast.
That could be you, Patricio. That could be you next week, bro. Just saying. Repeats of Atleti Inter last year. Oh, man. I don't know what's going to say. I got to check the squad. By the way, people, the World Cup qualifier preview videos, they're coming out next week. Golden Ball, CAF, AFC. So a lot of international football content coming your way. Atleti haven't lost a home knockout UCL game since 1996. There you go, people. Hey, I'm telling you, this might be Real Madrid, but Atleti got something special in store. I don't know why. I feel like something special is in store for next week. All right, let us continue, people. Inter and Feyenoord 2-0. I think this tie is wrapped up. By the way, I really feel bad for Feyenoord fans because they have 13 players missing. 13 players. It's probably 5 to 6 starters. Maybe we could even stretch it to 7 starters that Feyenoord were missing. So, I mean, Van Persie was always going to be in a tough situation to actually get a result out of this. And Inter, are they playing spectacular football? No. I think they look really fatigued. I think they definitely need a break. Maybe the international window will help some players that don't have to go with their national team. Maybe like a Serbi. Di Marco will be back fit. So I think this tie is over. Feyenoord had their opportunities. You know, Moder hitting the crossbar. Osman looking really good in the first half. But once Inter got that goal, it was adios. It was done. Finito. But that Barella first-time cross, by the way. Barella might not control games like, you know, let's say like a Pedri, right? Barella might not control games, but his just technical quality is so outrageous that he can put a cross in like that first time. All Turoma has to do is an acrobatic goal, and it's a golazo. And then El Toro shows up with a wonderful goal as well. You know, Inter didn't create a lot of opportunities in this game, but it's just the Inter performance that we've seen recently where they managed the game well. They're such a good cup team. They defend as a unit with Pavard, Acerbi, Bastoni having to play left wing back because there's no options. Carlos Augusto is injured. Di Marco is injured. So I think that Inter are fine here. I knew this would be a monumental upset if Feyenoord won. Even if Inter have their injuries, all of the injuries that Feyenoord have, I would have been shocked. I really like they had to play Jalen Mitchell. Shout out to the Costa Rican, shout out to all the Los Ticos out there. He had to play right back, and he's usually a center back. So it just shows you the sort of struggles that Feyenoord are going through. And, they had their opportunities, but you're going up against a juggernaut like Inter. And if you don't take your opportunities against Inter, they will punish you. And at least Inter are putting some respect on the Serie A because, Milan couldn't beat this Feyenoord team. They couldn't. So, yeah, I don't think there's so much to say about Inter. I still think, though, people, I think they're going to win the Champions League. I just think defensively they are so good. And even without Jan Sommer, who's out injured, I feel like this is their year. I feel like it's the year. As long as Thuram and Lautaro Martinez continue scoring, then Inter got a great chance. Now, if Lautaro and Marcus Thuram go cold, I don't really see where the goals are going to be conjured up. Maybe it's a Çalhanoğlu wonder goal, even though Çalhanoğlu was on the bench for this game. Aslani, did he have a great game? No, but he was quite decent. Yeah. So let's see what happens, people. I think Inter, this tie is over. Obviously, no disrespect to Feyenoord because what they've done this season in the Champions League is so impressive with all the injuries. But now they're going away to the San Siro, and this is not the black and red team because that team is a disgrace right now. You're going up against a very solid team in Inter. Once they get that first goal, yeah, all hope is lost then. Thuram's goal was great. For a while, Feyenoord had a bit of joy off the left, though. Yeah, they did. Even though I didn't like Igor Paixão in the 10. I guess because of the injuries he had to play there. But Igor Paixão, that guy has to play on the wing. He's just not a number 10, in my opinion. I don't know why, but I expect the worst from Van Persie ball. To be fair, I haven't watched Heerenveen this season, but apparently Van Persie got by. You guys got to listen to this. Van Persie substituted a goalkeeper. I think it was in the cup game. I think it was like extra time. He substituted his goalkeeper. They were winning the tie, by the way. He substituted the goalkeeper because the other goalkeeper is better with dealing crosses. And apparently, the substitute goalkeeper made a mistake dealing with the cross, and Heerenveen lose the game. Also, Heerenveen have lost 9-1 this season to PSV. To AZ Alkmaar. So, Van Persie, he's going to go through some growing pains, and he just needs a fully fit squad, and we'll see what Feyenoord do next season. For them, it's just about getting top 3. That's the main objective. Shout out to Milan De Bruyne. We missed 15 players. We had 13, 18 players in the squad. Could only sub once. We only gave them 3 chances. The energy was empty. We gave everything. Unfortunate, but I respect this squad. Yeah, look. No matter what, Feyenoord gave it their all. That's the one thing I got to respect about this team. They gave it their all, but it's just like when you don't have the quality, like I would have loved to have seen a fully fit Feyenoord team go up against this Inter team. That would have been an interesting matchup then. The break is coming at the right time. Fernando Azzurri, yep, agreed. You're missing key players that cost you 2 World Cup finals. Is Bayern going to do remontada versus Bayern? We'll talk about that. Yeah. Bayern next. Man-to-man is the way to go versus Inter, just like what Napoli did. Yeah. Watch how Napoli... Look at the way Napoli played against Inter. They just absolutely suffocated them. And the goal by Billing is wonderful. But I really think if Bastoni gets injured, then Inter are in trouble. Because Bastoni is just... Where would you rank Bastoni in terms of center backs? For me, he's easily top 3. I think he's just unbelievable. The guy doesn't get credit because he's in a back 3. He's in a slow-paced league like the Serie A. Bastoni is unstoppable. You put him at DM, center back, left wing back. Bastoni is stupidly good. The atmosphere in the De Kuip is amazing. The Dutch analysts don't call us normal. They say the fans have religious connection to Feyenoord. This UCL season gave us many amazing memories. Inter won fair. Yeah, look, I need to go watch the game though at the De Kuip. I really need to. Hopefully Feyenoord qualify to the Champions League next season because, yeah, I think it could be a good season. Make some more signings and we'll see what happens. Yeah, we'll talk about Szczesny. Imagine if Juve. Oh my God, if Juve somehow wins Serie A, I'm retiring. Who do you think wins Serie A? I'll probably do a video about that after the when the last round of games before the international break. Then I'm going to do who I think is going to win La Liga and Serie A because those are the 2 most fascinating title races. All right, Bayern Munich. I apologize. Forgive me, Bayern fans. I think Xabi Alonso might have drinking the Pep tea. He tried to get too cute. He tried to say, "Oh, look, let's play a false 9 again. Oh, Bayern Munich are not going to expect it. You've been playing a false 9 against them for 3 straight games. Of course, Vincent Kompany and his team are now better prepared. But Bayer Leverkusen were horrendous. Look, as a proud Finnish person, Xabi Alonso, why are you benching Radetzky? Why? Why are you trying to be so cute? Oh, let me rotate this goalkeeper. Let's bring in Kovar, decent goalkeeper. But my God, he cost his team big time. Watch next week in Leverkusen, Radetzky will start. I think Xabi Alonso got this all wrong. All wrong. This is the lineup. He couldn't get his team up for the match, and you just saw all the frustration. When Wirtz got subbed off, Grimado got subbed off, Frimpong got subbed off, they were all just so irate at the performance because they didn't know what hit them. Oh, you know what hit them? You could probably call it UCL heritage, but fury and aggression and pissed off. Bayern Munich, they were not going to lose that game. They were not going to lose that game. They knew they had to put up a performance and say, oh, we haven't beaten this team in 6 straight games. Okay, watch this. So Bayern Munich were fantastic. The ball movement, Kimmich, by the way, I think he was man of the match. I thought Kimmich was unstoppable with just rotating the ball, getting it out wide so quickly. The problem that Bayern Munich, I think, have had a lot this season is they played too slow. Way too slow. You saw the Celtic game, too slow. I think the Feyenoord game away, they were too slow. Yes, they're going to create their opportunities because they have the individual quality, but it's just too slow. Yesterday, you just saw intent. That was such a Bayern Munich performance from the early 2010s, where Bayern Munich early 2010s, under Jupp Heynckes, they just took the game to the opponents with just speed, and ball movement. And that's exactly what Bayern Munich did yesterday to Leverkusen because they got the ball out wide quickly to Olise. Olise crosses in, and Kane, beautiful. Apps. I just love seeing Harry Kane cook. I love it. You've been predicting it wrong this whole time. If you're just talking about Bayern Munich, fair play. But I've called a couple of games right. So, look, it's just predictions, people. We all are going to give our predictions. I'm sure many people would have said, Leverkusen got this. But nobody was saying, yeah, I still think it. I still think Leverkusen. It's not just, you cannot just say, oh, one-off game, oh, Leverkusen are frauds and everything like that. They had a bad game, a terrible game. It's not also it's individual mistakes. I think Xabi Alonso makes a good point in his interview where he talked about that, the individual mistakes. Look at the goal that Kovar concedes, people. Simple. Catch it with your 2 hands. Boom. What happens? Drops it. Kovar spills it. Musiala tap in. Mukiele, why are you getting that red card? You're under a yellow card. Why are you making a stupid challenge like that? So Leverkusen felt the pressure, whereas Bayern Munich, they acted like they've been here before. Bayern Munich acted like that guy who's always going to the club, knows exactly what bottle he wants to get, while Leverkusen are some 18-year-olds who just entered the club for the first time. They're buying absinthe, they're buying vodka, and then 20 minutes later, they're puking in the toilet. Bayern Munich acted like they've been to the club before. Leverkusen didn't. So I'm telling you, what I don't understand Xabi Alonso. Play Patrick Schick. Play him at the striker role. That chance that Frimpong had after Bayern Munich scored, if Schick gets that challenge, he's scoring it. No doubt about it. He puts it away. Whereas Frimpong, very good player, but you have to finish those chances, and Bayern Munich took advantage. Now, this game could have been 5-0, though, because that flick from Musiala at the end where he sold Hincapié, oh, that was pure jogo bonito. Lays it off to Palhinha. I mean, Palhinha's got the whole goal, people. The whole goal to just square it in, and he skies it over. That should have been an assist of the season. If Musiala gets an assist for that, assist of the season, I don't care what anybody says. Even though I thought Musiala in the first half was a bit quiet, second half, it wasn't there. By the way, Upamecano, that was probably his best performance I've seen. Best performance. I thought Upamecano was unstoppable. Every time Wirtz got the ball, Upamecano, and again. They didn't allow Wirtz any time on the ball because they know if we disrupt him, the whole flow of the Leverkusen, it goes away. But Bayern Munich's pressing was so good. The way they were able to beat Leverkusen's press was phenomenal. I think they got it spot on. And these are the sort of performances we expect from Bayern Munich. We expect these because they have the talented players. Imagine if this Bayern Munich team, though, if they got Kvara in the January transfer window, oh my God, that front three would be scary. Kvara, Olise, Harry Kane, with Musiala in the 10. Dios mío. That's all I would say. So, yeah, massive kudos to Bayern Munich. I've had a feeling that they were going to win the home tie only by 1 goal because these two teams are very equal on paper. But, man, 3-0. People put a 1. Do you think this tie is over? Or do Leverkusen have one last sort of magical run with Xabi Alonso as the manager? Because we don't know if Xabi Alonso is going to stay after this season. Will he be going to Real Madrid? Will he be going to another club? Put a 2 if you think Leverkusen are still in this tie. I think it's 90% done. I think Bayern Munich got this on lock. If Bayern Munich bottled this, I would be shocked. I really would. It would have to be like defensive howlers from Upamecano to Kim Min-jae to really see Leverkusen. Now, Florian Wirtz has got to play the game of his life next week. So both teams, you're probably going to see both teams rotate heavily over the weekend in the Bundesliga because we all know Bayern Munich are going to win the league. It just all comes down to next week, Tuesday. Oh, Tuesday, it gets interesting. If Leverkusen get a goal like in the first 10 minutes, everybody better be tuning in. But I think Bayern Munich got this. Even though I don't trust them fully because it's been one performance, but I like what I've seen since that Celtic performance where everybody crucified them. Battering. Especially that game against Eintracht Frankfurt, I was like, whoa. I'm liking what I'm seeing here. I'm liking what I'm seeing from this Bayern Munich team. Now let's see if they can do it against Leverkusen. And they did it. So, yeah, I think this was great Bayern Munich and a complete and utter capitulation from Leverkusen. I was stunned at how because they haven't capitulated. Okay, you could talk about the Europa League final. I thought it was just a Alamo Lukman masterclass and Gasperini masterclass from that. Yeah, it was so wrong. So wrong. Another called out coach cooking football juju at his finest. It is funny, bro. It is funny. Company is a top coach. He's restored the feeling for Bayern. Look at the way he was celebrating the game before. Yeah, look. When you talk about the Stuttgart game, look. Do I think Vincent Kompany is a top manager? No, I don't think so. I think he has to prove it because he's coming from Burnley. And he didn't win the league with Anderlecht when he was in Belgium. So I think Vincent Kompany has to prove to people that he can be a top coach. You're not just going to be warranted it by, okay, you're beating Stuttgart, you're beating Leverkusen in the Champions League. Look, the ultimate goal for this Bayern Munich team is always to win the Champions League. So I don't think they're going to win it. And I think if Kompany can take them to a quarterfinal, semifinal, and they have a good, solid performance against either Barcelona or Inter, and they bow out, just by narrowly, I think it's respectable at Kompany, and he can really build upon it and know, okay, if we can get just a couple more pieces, I'm really doing well. But I think they got to keep Kimmich. Kimmich is so vital for this team, man. Kimmich is so good. Who knows? Won first game against Alonso as Bayern coach. Yep. First win for Bayern Munich against Xabi Alonso. First time. Where does people rank Olise in terms of best right wingers? You got Lamine Yamal. You got Dembele. You got Salah. You got Rodrigo. He's got to be like top 6, top 7. I love Olise, man. I think he's going to be... he's not going to be a monster like this season or next season. 2 years' time, you're going to see Olise drop like 30 goals. Watch. He'll drop like 30 goals. 2, Bayern are capable of the best and the worst. Regardless, need to go work. So have a good day. Big up to you, Zimilion. Hopefully you have a good day, bro. Have a good work day. Big up Ron de Groot. Neuer is injured. They might have a chance. I did see that, yeah. Yeah, they were really bad. Anderlecht were in the mud for quite a while. Okay, let's talk about scamming, people. Robbery, whatever you want to talk about with this Liverpool performance. I'm kind of still in shock that Liverpool won that game. And I know some Liverpool fans will talk about, the only scoreline, the only stats that matter is the scoreline. Come on, people. We all watched that game. Liverpool they scammed it. How do you have one shot on target, which is the 87th minute, and you win? Look, the one thing I will give to this Liverpool team, they might not be the most dominant. They don't play always the sexy football like a Pep team like 17-18, 18-19, where they're getting 100 points and, they're just destroying teams. I was like, I know what Arne Slot is going to do in this game. He's going to sit back, defend, and hope his players can conjure up a good counterattacking plan. And you saw in the second half, Liverpool got on the counterattack a couple times, but Soboslai, dumb decision. Salah, poor pass. Gravenberch, I don't know what's happened to him recently because he's been terrible. But Alisson, that is one of the best goalkeeping performances you will see, people. One of the best, because that's it. Which save was the best, people? Which save do you think was the best from Alisson? I think the save he made on Desiree Doué in the second half that was going to go top right corner, insane save. Absolutely insane save from Alisson. People could talk about the Kvara near post. They can talk about the Dembele 101. I think that save on Desiree Doué was that's just Kodak moment. Kodak moment there from Alisson. Look, Liverpool played terrible. It was such a bad performance. Like, you can look at Trent. I thought Trent was actually quite good defensively because Barcola didn't get a lot of joy. There was like that one action where Barcola won the ball off of him in the corner flag, and then Barcola kind of cut back. I can't remember who it was. I think it was to Fabian Ruiz. That was like the only opportunity where you look at Barcola and say, he got the better of Trent there. But otherwise, Trent did pretty well. It was Robbo that I was really worried about because Dembele got him a couple times, especially that one sequence where he nutmegged him, then pushed it forward ahead of McAllister. Dembele, that's the only problem. Like, Dembele did everything so well except for the finishing. And you could say that about almost every PSG player. Kvara, Barcola, Hakimi, all of these players. They had so many opportunities. But if you don't finish your chances, that's what happens. That's what happens. Like, let's look at this stat here. I had to check this stat out, people, here for PSG, and then we'll kind of just watch this, people. Okay? So, this is the XG, and you can say what you want about XG, but maybe it's a sort of fair reflection on how many opportunities they created. But look at all of the XG PSG have had in each and every game. But the problem is, you have to okay, they scored the goals against the RB Salzburg, Manchester City, Stuttgart, and Stade Brestois. But like that game against Atleti, they dominated the game. They lose in the last minute. The game against Bayern Munich, not their greatest game. I thought they were pretty off of it. PSV at home, I thought they were dominant in that game. Girona at home. By the way, guys, the only goal for PSG in that game was an own goal from the goalkeeper. Liverpool, 1.6, I think it was like 1.6, 1.8. But like, PSG they have been so good in so many games, but they just lack sometimes that clinical edge. Imagine if they kept scoring like 3 goals, 4 goals every game. People would be talking about this team like, wow, spectacular sort of squad building from Campos to how Enrique gets this team to perform. So I really think that PSG missed a massive opportunity here. Is this tie over? 100% no. It's not over because clearly PSG are going to create chances, and if they're just clinical, they can get past Alisson. But there's that sort of mental edge where, man, can we get past this goalkeeper? You know, Alisson was making spectacular save after spectacular save, and it's about PSG. Okay, how do you do away from home? Anfield second leg. One of the worst stadiums to go to for a second leg tie. Yeah, Atleti did it once, and obviously Real Madrid had that crazy win against Liverpool 2-3 years ago when obviously Liverpool were in the mud. So there is a chance here for PSG, but it's going to be tough. And this is a young team. You know, Vitinha is still young. João Neves is only 20 years old. Barcola is young. Dembele is one of the more experienced players. So that's going to be the issue. Can they raise their game one more time to knock out Liverpool? All they need to do is, I think PSG, hands down, have the better midfield. As just the combo on how they play, better midfield. Better forward play, you could say that, but I can guarantee this. Liverpool will not perform like that at home. If Liverpool perform like that at home, the crowd will let them know that is shambolic. So, in fairness, this game should have been 3-1. It should have been, okay, let's say 3-0. Let's say 3-0 for PSG. Then, wow, I would have been here as a Liverpool fan saying, PSG, they royally cooked Liverpool's behind. So, like, plastic surgery doesn't even begin to explain how dominant PSG were. But it don't matter. Why on earth is it every time every time in these big moments of a Champions League, Donnarumma does not step up. I think Donnarumma is a good goalkeeper. I really do, because he was saving Italy's ass at the Euros. But it's just sometimes in these Champions Leagues, people might not see it always in Ligue 1, but Donnarumma got benched against Bayern Munich for Safonov. Safonov stepped in, and then what happened? Safonov then made a mistake. Donnarumma, you got to be saving that. I'm sorry, Donnarumma has to save that against Elliott. It's your only shot on goal. Save your team. Save your team from humiliation, because it's kind of a humiliation on PSG for how well you play to not get a goal. It must be so frustrating as a PSG fan, because you play the good football, but the fact you could not execute to get the victory, it must just be so disappointing. But they're still in this tie, and I think still PSG have a really good opportunity, because they showed they can create opportunities, they can dominate the game, they're just clinical, they can go through. But Liverpool got to raise their... I mean, that was probably the worst performance away in Europe for a long time. I mean, I'm just trying to think under Klopp. Maybe the Real Madrid away, because that was so toothless, but the team were already done after the first leg. Even I could say the Napoli away, 18-19. Napoli were so good. They got 2 late goals in that matchup, and Napoli won 2-0. I could probably say that game. This game, even though Liverpool won 1-0, that's the crazy part. That's the beauty of football, people. It doesn't matter how dominant you are. If you don't score the goals, it doesn't matter. You got to win the game. And PSG just lacked it in this matchup. And Liverpool, was Salah even in the game? I mean, that one pass he made into, or he was trying to make into Darwin. Terrible pass from Salah. He was really off of it. Gravenberch couldn't get anywhere near the ball. McAllister not winning his duels. Szoboszlai not winning his duels. The one thing, if the other team is dominating possession, you have to win your duels. Liverpool didn't do that. PSG were first to every ball, first to every second ball, or to every third ball, or every fourth ball. Dominant, but heck, Liverpool got the edge, and they're going back to Anfield. The ball's in Liverpool's court. Let's see how they handle the pressure and slot. Very good substitutions to bring on an Endo, to bring on an Elliott, to bring on Darwin. And hey, they won the game, and to bring on Tsimikas as well. So on the slot, his in-game subs have made a real difference in a lot of games this season for Liverpool. So, but crazy game. I mean, honestly, crazy game. Michael, I need to know what was going through your... Honestly, I was just stunned. I didn't even go yes or vamos. I was like, did we actually just scam this? I feel dirty, but I also feel satisfaction, because now I know how it is to scam a victory. Liverpool scammed it. Desiree Doué shot in the second half. I was thinking to myself, Alisson is on drugs. We got to drug test him after that game. Barcode and Dembele sold in front of goal. More Dembele. This PSG attacking line is crazy. The dynamics of it are spectacular. Yeah, some of the combination plays, some of the dribbling is great, but you got to put the ball in the back of the net empty. That's the killer thing. Did you think Liverpool limit PSG a little bit, since it looked like, in my view, PSG was just doing long shots in the second half? Yeah, I would say in the second half, Liverpool defended well, and they clearly just said, okay, PSG, you can keep all possession of the ball, all possession. But in the second half, most of the opportunities were at the edge of the box, either from Desiree Doué or Kvara. Obviously, there was that free kick from Kvara. The first half, PSG were getting all the shots inside Liverpool's box. Second half, I thought they defended better, and they just said, hey, we got Alisson today. I'm from South Africa and Liverpool, but that's one of the best performances I've seen from Becker. Yeah, he was unbelievable. Liverpool have one good performance since the turn of the year. I would also say the Ipswich. I would also say the Man City games. But yeah, Liverpool in 2025, it's not been good, man. We're just getting it over the lines here at this point. PSG are a much better team without Mbappe. That's uncomfortable conversations right there. Mendes was elite. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, that's true as well. I forgot about that one. Mendes was elite versus Salah. Yeah, he was unbelievable. Yeah, how can you, if you're Mendes, you have such a good game, and then you fall asleep like that to get Elliott the goal? How? I was hoping Slot would have shifted Salah over to Hakimi side, but he left Salah. Yeah, Salah was just so bad. He was so bad. The problem is that Enrique prefers to have an extra creative mobile player in midfield instead of a classic, more static striker. PSG lacks a typical target man, a striker who finishes the actions. Well, that's Enrique's choice. Gonzalo Ramos, bench player. Colomani basically just shipped off to Juventus. Luis Enrique he wants his front three consistently changing position. You saw Kivara playing in the right wing, sometimes in the 10 role, sometimes a striker, then sometimes was going to the left wing. So that's what Enrique wants. He wants a fluid front three. He's not going to play with the target man. No way. No way. Yes. Do you think Liverpool should do the 4 midfield thing against PSG? Possibly. I think one thing Slot is going to do next week. I'm not tactical people. I'm just saying this as a fan. I think one thing he's going to do is he's going to tell Szoboszlai, you man mark Vitinha out of this game. Remember when Park Ji-sung did the same thing on was it Pirlo or somebody? I feel like Slot is going to do that. He's going to say, Szoboszlai, anytime Vitinha gets the ball, press. Just man mark him out of the game. Yeah, so I think it might be a 4-4-2. PSG, nothing to lose. Yeah, they should. They got nothing to lose in that game. And then the last game, people. Barcelona 1-0 over Benfica. To all my Benfica fans and all my subscribers, you missed a golden opportunity here. Like, so golden. Kubarsi gets a red card in the first 10 minutes. And then a former Sporting player does it again against Barcelona. Twice this season. Sporting fans must be loving it. I really think this is a missed opportunity, though, for Benfica. Because Kubarsi gets the red card. Oh, by the way, people, yeah, Konate should have gotten a red card. I totally forgot about it. Konate should have gotten a red card. Hands down, pushed in the back on Barcola. Last man, should have been red card. Konate, you should have been sent off. Anyways, Kubarsi gets the red card. Rightfully so. I don't know what Barcelona are doing defensively. They all kind of just stopped and allowed Pavlidis to just go through on goal. Like, somebody got to make a challenge. Somebody's got to stop Pavlidis going through on goal. They don't, and then Kubarsi has to make that late challenge. Red card, boom. But if you actually look, the first 2 minutes, Benfica had 2 opportunities. Benfica had 2 opportunities to get a goal. Aktoglu, and I can't remember who was in the corner. It might have been Otamendi or some player. I can't remember exactly. But, God, you got to give massive credit to Barcelona for the willingness, especially in the first half, to keep on attacking with the Rafinha, Pedri. I was kind of surprised to see Lewandowski not get subbed off, but I can understand as well. You want to see his hold-up play, his experience in these UCL games, can kind of understand it. I was shocked, though, he kept playing. But what I am just stunned at the resilience of this Barcelona team. Really, if this was the old Barcelona, maybe with Ter Stegen in goal, maybe with Xavi as the manager, I think they would have capitulated. I think this Barcelona team under Hansi Flick, they have built such a good mentality, to just withstand the pressure. All right, we're down to 10 men, similar to the Monaco game. Let's just hold on here. Hold on. We're going to get our opportunities to counterattack. Let's just wait. Let's wait. But the amount of work that De Jong and Pedri had to do, because they were basically a 2-man midfield, kudos to them. They deserve an ice bath and get this weekend off. Go to, I don't know, go to some Girona or go to some beach resort and tell them to take the week off. Yeah, La Liga title race, it's on. Who cares? Pedri deserves the weekend off. Pedri put in one of the best performances I have seen this season. Honestly, you can say what you want. Oh, he didn't get a goal or an assist or any of that sort of nonsense. And the only goal that Barcelona scored was basically from Antonio Silva's stupid pass. He doesn't even look at Rafinha. He just passes it there and Rafinha takes advantage of it. But the work rate that Pedri did off the ball was sensational. The willingness to just carry it through every player out there. Pedri was a machine. One of the best performances I've seen this season from any player. And that's without getting GA. Pedri was unstoppable. I think because Benfica didn't have Florentino was a big loss for them. But Pedri was unstoppable. Also, Szczesny. Wojciech Szczesny redeemed himself. Because remember the last time these two teams played against each other? He had a disaster class. Basically gave 2 goals to Benfica. He was unstoppable as well. He made a great... The one save where I was like, okay, Szczesny's not getting beat today was actually the Octokoglu header in the first half. I said, no, okay, Szczesny's going to keep a clean sheet today. Maybe it's because of the flares that the Benfica fans were setting off in the second half. He must have just inhaled all that smoke, and he's like, oh, maybe this is Red Marbolo. I'm now going to play well. Because Wojciech Szczesny, after all the flares and all the smoke, he put up some incredible save. Now, granted, I think Benfica missed such guilty chances. Like the Pavlidis at the near post, Arsnes, like basically the edge of the box. They should be doing better with those chances. That's why I think Benfica really missed the opportunity here. I think they're going to be kicking themselves because they know they are a good team. Benfica are a good team. They can still cause problems to Barcelona 11v11. But you're playing against 10 men for 80 minutes. That's not good enough. And especially Araujo, I thought had a really good game. The 3 players that I would say for Barcelona that had really good games, Szczesny, Pedri, and also Araujo coming off the bench. I thought those 3 players were great. Also, you could say maybe Kunde in there. But this Barcelona team, man, something about them. There's just they can play the pretty football. They can annihilate the teams, the 7-1, the 4-0s, the 5-0s. But now they're showing a different element. Even when they go to 10 men, okay, granted, they're going to give up chances. Every team that goes down to 10 men is going to give up chances. Okay, maybe barring Arsenal last season against Man City because Arsenal didn't really give Manchester City much. They just showed, even the second half, I think Barcelona might have had 1 shot on target. Maybe. Wait, let me just check that. I think it was only 1 shot on target, and it was the Rafinha opportunity. Yeah, 1 shot on target. But Kubarsi got the red card in the 22nd minute. So, kudos to Barcelona. I don't think this tie is over, though. I think Benfica can go away to the Montjuic and get a couple goals. Especially with Kubarsi out. I feel like they got an opportunity. Now, I can't remember. I think Di Maria was still injured, if memory serves me right. Yeah. Di Maria was out injured. I think Alexander Ba, though. I think Alexander Ba was a massive miss in the right back position. He's obviously out with the ACL because this Araujo guy at the right back position, he's not good enough. Sorry to any Benfica fans. He's not good enough. Lucas Barrios, who was filling in for Florentino, not the greatest. I think Florentino and Di Maria are the 2 biggest misses for this Benfica team and Alexander Ba as well. But wow, I mean, Rafinha has, look, bro, you're spot on. I think Rafinha has been clutch all season. He has. Bayern Munich game, Dortmund game, El Clásicos, Benfica away twice. Rafinha, what a comeback! Like you guys know, if you've been a long time viewer of this channel, I used to say he's from Easter Island. I honestly thought, okay, quality player. He has some talent, but he's not going to reach the heights of like getting to a Ballon d'Or contention. Rafinha has shut up everybody. And I mean everybody. It's just like, you just see a player grasp the situation and take the opportunity. And I think Hansi Flick should get massive kudos for this renaissance of Rafinha's career. Always been a quality player from Vitória de Guimarães, Sporting for 1 season, to Stade Rennais, to Leeds United. They spent big money for him from Leeds United. This season, unbelievable. Yeah, Barcelona, like, it's not about the performance. It's just about the willingness to just get a result and get the victory. I think that just speaks volumes to this team. Although I would say Araujo, I think he performs much better when his team is in a low block and he's just able to defend. Because we know the guy isn't the greatest on the ball. But when he's just allowed to just defend, Araujo is so good. So I love the center back. But yeah, I think Rafinha right now, if you guys want to say something, he's probably number 1. Number 1 or 2. I think he's number 1 or 2, if we're going to be honest, people. The amount, he's got 9 Champions League goals in 9 appearances. 9 goals. Was a hat trick against Bayern Munich. 1 or 2 goals against Dortmund. Obviously, the game-winning goal twice against Benfica away from home. Big moments. El Clásico goals. So, Rafinha is making a very good case for himself because maybe you could say 2025 he's been a little bit more quiet. He hasn't gotten like all the goals and assists, but you can just see without Rafinha this season, Barca will not be that team. You could almost say that. Obviously, you got the Lamine Yamals, the Ferran Torres doing his thing, Dani Olmo coming up clutch, and Pedri having an amazing season. I think without Rafinha, they wouldn't be in this situation. Yeah, no, it wasn't a penalty. It was offside. Yeah, it was offside by Belotti. Do you guys think, though, Benfica have a chance? I still think they got a chance here. I know it's at the Montjuic, but because Barcelona have this crazy high line and they're going to give opportunities for Benfica, then that's on Seldrup to Pavlidis to Oktoglu to take advantage of it. They can just take advantage of it. They can get the goals, Benfica, but I think this is a really missed opportunity because you're playing against 10 men. Oh, you guys think it's over? You guys really think? Some people think it's over. It's only 1-0. It's not like 3-0 or 4-0, people. It's only 1-0 this tie. With no away goals? Maybe. I'm not saying that Benfica are going to do it, but I would give Benfica a 20% chance. I would give Benfica a 20% chance because Benfica this season, the UCL, they've been also crazy. With all the crazy goals they've had, maybe, Barcelona will outscore them, possibly, because Barcelona just love outscoring every opponent. It seems like this game really should have been, because Lewandowski had an opportunity still when it was 10 men. I think it was 11 men when Lewandowski had the opportunity. It's going to be fascinating, though, to see what happens in the Montjuic. We're definitely doing a watch-along also for this early kickoff next Tuesday. So join me for that. Remember to join me on Big Up, people. You guys, actually, let me drop the Big Up link in the chat so you guys can join me there. So I'm doing all my UCL watch-alongs here. I'll drop it in the chat right now. You guys can join me there because we'll be doing a couple watch-alongs there next week for the early kickoffs. Yeah, right there. I think Barca, if they make the semis, they can beat Inter or Bayern. Yeah, 100%. For me right now, I would say Barcelona are my favorites. I think this game gave me more confidence on Barcelona. I want to see Barca against Inter, but will it be tactical battle, defense versus attack? But I think Barca will beat them. It will be close. I would love that matchup. I will love it because then we'll see. Okay, let's see how good this Barca attack is. You're going up against Inter, who have only conceded 1 goal in 9 UCL games. The tie, in my opinion, is close to being over, but Benfica could cause problems. I would agree. Yeah, he's been clutch all season. 100%, man. 100%. Oh, is he suspended? Is he suspended? Wait, let me see that. I know he picked up the yellow card in the game. I can't remember if he got... Because I was watching 3 games at the same time, people. That's a big loss. Yeah, Careasas roughing misses next match. Oh, that's a big loss for Benfica. Down that left side, him and Seldrup having a good connection. Now that's a big loss. If he's out, yeah, I would probably go for that. I'd probably say it's like 3-1 Barcelona at the Montjuic. I would say 3-1. That's going to be my prediction. Bro, we got to say right now, Pedri is a top 3 player this season. Pedri has been sensational. I mean, so sensational. If you just want to watch a pure midfielder, even like his defensive work rate this season, winning the duels, interceptions, everything. Pedri has been unbelievable in all facets of the game. So unbelievable. But yesterday was my favorite performance from him. Everybody will talk about, oh my God, look at because I went to go see I was in the stadium for the Barcelona Sociedad game. He didn't have his greatest game, but even then he was just controlling the game. Yeah, granted it's against 10 men Real Sociedad, but Pedri was unbelievable in that matchup. So, wow. What a crazy week, though. Crazy week. So I would say 2 ties are over. I would say the Inter Feyenoord tie is over, and I would say the PSV and Arsenal tie is definitely over. So 2 ties are over. We still got 6 ties that are alive. Now, people will say Bayern Munich by Leverkusen. I will still give Bayer Leverkusen a chance because anything's possible. So yeah, 6 times. What's your nearest soccer stadium? Well, first off, it's football, Jeff. Get that first sorted out, or football. The nearest stadium to me? Yeah, I think it is the Montjuic. I think it is Barcelona Stadium. Yeah, well, you can't say soccer here, Jeff. You cannot say that S word around here. Come on, Jeff. Is this Michael Talk Soccer? No. Football. Yeah, these would be some crazy quarterfinal matchups. Bayern Munich, Inter. Oh, that would be a great matchup too. Liverpool, Aston Villa, Arsenal, Real Madrid, Barca, Lille. Well, we'll talk about it next week. We will know the quarterfinal matchups next week, people. Everybody, get your thoughts in the comments down below if you're watching a replay. Thank you for watching this long. And yeah, let me know, who is your MVP of this week? Was it Pedri? Was it Harry Kane? Was it Harvey Elliott coming off the bench? Which team impressed you the most? Which team was for you the most disappointing? Let me know all your thoughts in the comments down below. Hit the like button on your way out. Subscribe to the channel if you're new around here for more UCL content. And tomorrow, people, we're going to have a Europa League review because I'm loving the Europa League this season and with the matchups we got in the round of 16. So I'll be watching a couple games tonight. And tomorrow, I'll be getting the review out for the Europa League, the first legs of the round of 16. But have a beautiful day. Stay safe in this crazy world. And until next time, adios.